Hello everyone! So today I'm going to talk about 6 INFP stereotypes I hate. And why do these stereotypes grind my gears? Because they don't apply to me. Yeah, I'm just speaking from my own experience. I don't know every single INFP in the world, so this is just from my own experience why I don't like these stereotypes, why they don't apply to me. If you can relate, let me know in the comments. Number 1, INFPs are pushovers. Anyone who knows me would not say that I was a pushover. Do I look like a pushover to you? Do you think I'm gonna just do whatever you freaking want? Maybe when I was younger, maybe some of you watching, maybe when you were younger, you were more of a pushover, but I'm 35 now. I'm jaded. I've been used. That sounded really bad, but you know what I mean. Just, I guess, taken advantage of by people who took advantage of my kindness. So no, I am not a pushover. I have learned to say no. I have learned to assert my boundaries. I'm not perfect, but I'm definitely a lot better than I was. So I'm definitely not a pushover. Number 2, we're dumb. Again, anyone who knows me would not describe me as dumb. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I know everything. I think being part of being smart is knowing what you don't know. So I definitely don't think I know everything, but I'm not an idiot. I don't want to sound like I'm showing off, but I'm just stating facts. Okay, when I was in elementary school, I was part of the gifted program. In middle school and high school, I was in honors classes, AP, IB, because the regular levels of the classes were just too easy for me and boring because they're too easy, and I like to feel like I'm learning something, like I'm stimulating my brain. And in middle school, I was actually offered the opportunity to skip a grade. Do you think they would offer that if I was an idiot, if I was dumb? No. But did I skip the grade? No, because even though, yes, it would have been cool to skip a grade and maybe show off about that, I decided not to skip a grade because I was really shy back then, like even more shy. I still consider myself shy, but I feel like it was a lot worse when I was younger. And I had a hard time making friends, and I didn't want to go through that process again of having to make friends in the new grade. All my friends were in my same grade and I wanted to stay with them. So I ended up not skipping a grade, although I could have had the opportunity. Also, I've taken IQ tests, and let's just say I'm above average. I'm not going to say the number that I've gotten. I've taken several, so I have an average, but it's probably higher than you think. Also, most of the INFPs I know, I would not classify them as dumb either. Number 3, we're selfish. This one is just really grinds my gears, I think, because it's something that I have gotten a lot from my family. My family full of extroverts who are narcissistic, who project a lot. You know what I mean? You know what I'm getting at? And I just find it hilarious that most of the people in my life that have called me selfish were people that didn't really know me, or they knew me, but they never actually took the time to actually really get to know me on a deeper level. They just kind of, they knew I was there, I existed, but they didn't really take the time to get to know me, because I think if you know me, people who actually truly know me would probably not call me selfish. And I feel there's a difference between taking care of yourself and being selfish. And when I was younger, I gave up a lot of what I wanted. I didn't really talk about my own feelings. I kept a lot inside because of my background, my childhood. No one really cared. No one really cared about how I felt. No one really asked me. No one really cared about what I wanted to do. My family, I was a firstborn, and I always had to do what my siblings wanted. And I was fine with it. I was used to it. I didn't really have a choice. No one asked me what I wanted to do. It was always what they wanted to do. And so I'm used to doing that. And just growing up, just used to, being very helpful, and just kind of putting what I wanted on back burner, I guess. But now that I'm older, I'm just trying to do what makes me happy and kind of trying to take care of myself more, and that means doing more of what I like. But am I selfish? I don't think so. I care about my friends. I do nice things for them. I help people when I don't have to brag about it on social media, because that's not, I don't do it for social media. So you don't know about every nice thing I do, but yeah, you know, if I'm out there and I see someone that needs help, I will, you know, I've helped people with their groceries and things like that. If someone falls down, whatever, just trying to be a good person, you know. Would a selfish person do that? You know, most of the people that have called me selfish are people who they were being selfish. Just like, okay, I'm just gonna let you say that because I know you're just projecting and you don't have the self-awareness to realize that you're the selfish one. But, you know, sure, I'm the selfish one. Okay. I have volunteered a lot for a lot of different organizations. Again, I'm gonna post about it every single time I volunteer on social media? No, because I don't do it for everyone else. You know, I do it just because I want to help out. I also donate, you know, to charities. I sponsor a child. I don't brag about that because I don't do it for that reason. So would a selfish person be doing all those things? And also when I volunteered, I don't do it because it was a requirement. I do it just because I genuinely want to give back. You know, if I can't give back money, I try to give back time, just anything. I think it's really important to give back, but I think it's also important to have a balance. I remember there was one point where I was volunteering like 3 times a week. I was volunteering every week at 3 different charities, and then I had multiple jobs as well, so I just didn't really have a lot of time to sleep and do my own thing. So I was putting kind of my passions on the back burner, and you know, that's just what I'm trying to learn now as I'm getting older. It's just having that balance. Is, you know, I still, you know, want to give back, and I still do when I can, and whether it's time or money, but also try to, okay, let's kind of have a balance, so that way, you know, I'm happier because I'm doing some things that I love as well. And I think it's important to do what you love because it's going to make you happy, and then if you're happy, you're going to be able to better help other people. Number 4, we're irrational. Again, I'm just speaking for myself, but I'm talking about how I am right now, okay? You know, because people grow up, people change, people develop. I've always tried to work on myself, and I wouldn't describe myself as irrational. I honestly don't think any of my friends would either. If you know me, let me know in the comments, would you describe me as irrational? I feel like irrational people are people that maybe they might be a little bit delusional, they might create a lot of drama. I feel people who are very, you know, dramatic, they tend to be pretty irrational, and I don't see myself as someone who likes creating drama. I try to stay away from it. If there's anyone in my life who I see creating a lot of drama, I like, yeah. And you know, I try to have a balance when I'm making decisions in life, you know, weighing the pros and cons, thinking about situations logically versus how I feel about them, and then I just kind of try to combine all that information and feelings and see what works best for me. So I think, yeah, I just think balance is really important, and I just don't think all INFPs are irrational. Number 5, we're lazy. Oh my god, this one irks me probably the most because that does not describe me at all. I've never been a lazy person ever. If you talk to people who actually know me, none of them would describe me as lazy. I'm one of the hardest working people you'll ever meet. I'm not saying the number 1 hardest, but definitely one of the hardest working people. I am kind of, well, like I said, balance, right? So I used to be like a huge workaholic. I still kind of consider myself a workaholic, but just trying to just manage my time better, so I still have things in my life that make me happy and that I do for fun, because I used to be just more work, and just, yeah, just a lot of work and not a lot of happiness and joy. So I'm trying to have more of a balance, but I'm definitely not lazy. I don't like laziness. You know, in terms of relationships, that's a huge turn off. That was one of the reasons I broke up with one of my exes, because he was too lazy for me. I'd be off working, I wake up super early, sometimes 3, 4 in the morning. Yes. I get up early so I can work out because I want to be healthy. You think lazy people wake up at 3, 4 in the morning to work out? And he would just wake up 1 p.m., just be on the computer. I'm like, no, okay. I would like to be with someone who's also doing stuff, not, especially if I'm working. There's been a lot of times in my life, even now, where I've worked multiple jobs. Thanks, American economy, yeah. So yeah, I'm working not only a lot of different jobs to like earn money, but also a lot of different creative projects. So I'm always doing something, and I'm not lazy. So I don't like laziness, and I'm just that stereotype really annoys me. I do procrastinate though. But procrastination and laziness is not the same thing. I don't like when people think it's the same thing. I procrastinate. First of all, I have ADHD. I messed that up. I have ADHD, but I think the reason I procrastinate is because, well, yeah, the ADHD doesn't help, but either because it's a fear that, I'm gonna work really hard on something and then it's gonna turn out really bad, or because I procrastinate just because I might, ADHD, I might find something else that holds my interest. I'm like, I'd rather be doing this than the other thing, and then sometimes I'll forget. But it's definitely not because of laziness. I don't procrastinate because I'm lazy. No. I have multiple YouTube channels, multiple podcasts, multiple jobs. So no, I'm not a lazy INFP. Number 6. Okay, this one is not a huge one, but it's just one I see kind of like on INFP memes, and it just bothers me. And it's that INFPs just love to just kind of stay home and watch TV all day, like movies and stuff, and I'm just like, no. Also because, I'm not lazy, like I said, and for me, I just can't sit for a long time and just watch TV or films. I just touch the light. Okay. And it's funny because I like making films. I worked in the industry, but I like to be creating instead of watching. It's just, people, there's a lot of movies and TV shows I haven't watched because I'm busy, because I'm doing a lot of things. I'm not lazy, and people will ask me, hey, but you work in the industry, shouldn't you be watching all these movies? I'm like, first of all, I'm not a movie critic. If I was a movie critic, okay, that would make sense. I'm not a movie critic. I'm a filmmaker, content creator, actor. Okay, I promise I'm not trying to rhyme, but I like creating, so that takes up a lot of time. Okay, all these things that I do plus having a job, so I don't have time to be sitting watching movies on TV. Like, I barely, before COVID, okay, when I would go to the movie theater, let's see, amount of times, less than 5 times a year. Yes, that's how many movies I saw in the theaters. Probably less than 5 movies a year. Okay, I don't go to, like, if I bought those passes, AMC, whatever, I wouldn't use it that much because I don't have time to go to movies all the time. I'm sorry. If you have time and you like it, cool. I'm just talking about myself. I don't like. To me, it's such a drag when people tell me, watch this show on Netflix. I feel like I'm getting a homework assignment. I'm just like, I don't have time to binge shows right now, especially 9-season shows. I'm so behind. The ones that I used to watch, I'm so behind on them. So I have a Netflix membership, and I have to remind myself, watch at least one thing on Netflix a month, so that way you're not wasting your money for paying for Netflix. And I have other people on my Netflix account that I pay for. Well, yeah, because I'm so selfish. So I don't cancel it because I have them on the account, but because it's my account that I'm paying for, I'm the one paying for it, I have to remind myself, okay, watch at least one thing a month. So it's not a complete waste of money. So that's how little time I have to be, you know, sitting and watching movies. Sometimes I'll make an exception when it's a movie that I've been, you know, dying to see, you know, for a long time. You know, I might go see it multiple times, but it's a struggle. It's a struggle because I have, you know, I have to plan ahead, okay, and try to schedule it, like, because I have a lot of things going on. Usually last minute invitations don't work for me because I'm like, I already made plans, I already have all these other things. So when I do see a movie multiple times because I either, you know, really enjoyed it, that's why you would see a movie more than once. I have to, you know, really make an effort to go and see it. I mean, same goes for sports. I like to play sports. I love playing tennis. I like, you know, basketball, volleyball. I don't get to play them that much, but I do enjoy playing them. But it's really hard for me to sit and watch them. Even tennis. Tennis is my favorite sport. I love playing it, but I don't really sit down and watch tennis just because, I guess, you know, ADHD, I get antsy, and it's just a lot of time, especially football and Super Bowl. Oh my god. Football games take so long, I can't just sit there, especially like eating. It's just, oh my gosh. All right, so that's it for the INFP stereotypes that I hate. Let me know if you can relate to any of them in the comments. And if you're not an INFP, let me know if there are any stereotypes of your type that annoy you. That way you can let us know maybe why they don't apply to you. And yeah, like I said, just to reiterate, these are things that apply to me, okay? So I'm not trying to speak for all INFPs here, obviously. If you like this video, it'd be cool if you could give it a thumbs up or comment or subscribe, just anything to, you know, help out with the algorithm. You can also follow me on my social media, my TikTok. I know it feels weird to say at 35, follow me on my TikTok. But apparently in the entertainment industry, they care more about TikTok followers than actual talent. So, you know, it would help if you followed me on TikTok at Girl and Her Shiba Dog. So the link is in the description. I post there, I feel, more often than here because it's kind of nice to be able to make kind of content a little bit quicker. These videos take a little bit longer to make, but on TikTok I can make something a little bit shorter. So I'm posting there a little bit more often. So if you miss me, if you miss me and you want to see more of my stuff, you know, some things I don't post here, you can follow me on TikTok. I also have my main Instagram at Girl and Her Shiba Dog, so you can see some of, you know, me and my doggy. And then my comedy / INFP Instagram as well. So links probably somewhere here in the video description, wherever I find space. And like I mentioned before, I do have several podcasts, so if you want to see the 3 different podcasts I have, you can check those out in the links in the video description. And I also started a new series called How Much Like Your MBTI Type Are You? I think that's the right title. Where I have people on of different types to see how much they are, you know, like their types, the description, everything, because, you know, here we're talking about stereotypes. I don't fit all the INFP stereotypes, and I know you don't fit all the stereotypes of your type. So, and I just like getting to know people of different types. So if you want to check that series out, the first episode is already up. I'm excited to have more people of different types on, so check that out. I'll probably post a link to it in the video description, also at the end of this video, or maybe somewhere around here. All right, so that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.